Okay, hip circumference. Now your hip circumference, industry standard is that it's about 8 inches from your natural waist down is your hip circumference. And that's kind of true, except you do need to know what the widest part of you is. And that could be 8 inches below, or it could be, if you've got bigger thighs or a bigger bottom, could be lower. Find the biggest part of you. Okay, now for me, can't have a lucky one. It's right around my bottom here, which is a little bit longer than 8 inches. But that's okay, you can kind of, as long as you cut to the biggest size, you can always shave off any extra that you need to on here to get a good hip curve. But you need to do it at the biggest part of you. On here, this is, I can guarantee you, oh look, 8 inches. That's right around where they put the buttocks. As I say, you don't have anyone with buttocks like that, let me assure you. That's your hip circumference place. Now, oh, this is the interesting part. Now I'm going to pull up a chair. I'm going to show you how to do the crotch. So this is how you take measurement for your crotch depth, which is a completely different measurement from your crotch length, and you will see why. You need to sit on a chair, a hardback chair, and kind of put yourself right into it like this. And then you find your natural waist. Don't forget, thumb in there, bend over at the side, you'll find it. Take measure in there and just measure down to where you hit the seat. That is your crotch depth. I know it's a bizarre measurement, trust me, you need this. This is where you start to curve. When you see a pants pattern, you know it kind of goes down like this. That down bit is this. Okay, it's before you start the curve, so that's the easy thing to calculate. And now I'm going to show you the crotch length. And now comes the fun portion of our measurement session, the crotch length. Now, crotch length, you can only do it on a person. You will see why, because she has no crotch, she has no legs, she has no buttocks or anything, she has nothing. So you have to do it on a person, you have to do it on yourself. So if you are doing it, you obviously put it between your legs like this, up to the natural waist at the front, up to the natural waist at the back. That, how glamorous is that? Not very glamorous at all. That's your crotch length, okay? And you need to make sure that you don't yank it really high. You don't want to do that, but you don't want it baggy as well. You just want to kind of feel it, just kind of be aware of it. Now our normal pants patterns are drafted with ease on the crotch length of about ½ an inch, which means it will drop about ½ an inch away from your body, which is a good thing. You don't want it kind of gripping you. You really, really don't. That's a really key measurement for pants. And actually, if you want to go further, you may want to measure your front crotch length. You'll kind of feel where it is. If you're wearing pants to do this, or underwear, you'll feel where the middle is, and then your back crotch length. Really useful measurements to have when you're making pants. Now, the shoulder to wrist measurement. Okay, so once again, you've got to find your shoulder, your rounded part here. Your shoulder to wrist. And the best thing to do is just grab it like this. Don't bend your arm, just kind of relax it and grab it. And you know that you're going to kind of pull it around and find it like that. That's your shoulder to wrist length. It's usually about 22.5-ish inches, but it's kind of a movable feature. You might have very long arms, very short arms, whatever. It's really important, obviously, for blouses and jackets. Bicep circumference. This is always a good one. For your bicep circumference, you want to get the biggest measurement you can of your biceps. So you've got to be like Popeye and make a muscle. Take it round here. Make a muscle and take a measurement on the widest part of your arm. Now the widest part of your arm might be up here, it might be down here. It doesn't matter. Widest part is what you want, because that's what you want to judge your sleeves by. And the final one on our measurement charts is the height. Well, you think height's really easy to measure. It's not so much. People do get it wrong all the time. Now, best thing to do is stand against a wall and place something like a ruler or just your hand flat into it like here. And then turn around and measure it down like that. That's the easiest thing to do. And obviously tape measures, well, they're not that long. They're what, about 5'2", and I'm a little bit taller. So you may need to kind of just go and bodge that a little bit and just measure down to the floor. But it's not that hard. So I would really urge you to do a proper measuring session on yourself. Maybe you can get a friend in to help you do the back measurements. Make sure that you're wearing the properly fitting underwear, make sure that you're standing up and everything's good, and just take your time, and also don't round your measurements up and down. You want those extra 1/4 inches or 1/8 inches. It makes a difference, really makes a difference, you'd be amazed. So use our measurement charts, use to fill in your measurements, use our size charts to compare your measurements to the sizes, and you will have success. It's going to make your fitting so much easier, and it can make it easier for you to choose what sizes to cut. So once again, all I have to say to you is, hope it's been useful, and thank you so much for watching.